Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my Asexual Life. This is supposed to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I go live like now or post a new video. Don't get a good up if you're liking it at all. So today's video is all about going to be this movie reviewing the Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Now, I watched this last night and I watched it through the night because I decided to watch all the special features. There is a lot of special features on the Blu-ray edition. This is a special extended cut. So, Fantastic Beasts, this is the second one in the series. If you didn't already know, J.K. Rowling, she is the one who wrote this story, along with the first one. The first one was called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This one's called Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. And so, yeah, so people who are fans of Harry Potter movies usually would go and watch this because it's got Hogwarts in it as well. Now, I know some people are not liking J.K. Rowling anymore because on Twitter it seems that she's transphobic, and obviously for all my trans friends out there, you know, I was thinking, should I still do this movie review or not? But I know there's quite a lot of people that like this type of movie. So I decided to do the movie review anyway, but I don't want it to upset anyone, obviously. So my apologies if it's going to upset anyone. You know, don't watch this video. I don't think it's right to be transphobic or phobic about any gender. All right. So anyway, the Crimes of Grindelwald. This is the second in the series, like I said. And in this series, basically, Johnny Depp plays one of the main characters. So he is Grindelwald, and so the very like part of the big main characters. Yeah. So Johnny Depp plays Grindelwald, and he basically at the beginning of the film. Don't forget there's going to be spoilers throughout this review. Basically, he's in prison, right, for crimes pretty much against humanity, and he's been in prison for a long time, and they've done things to him like remove his tongue. So it's not in prison for a long time, and they've done things to him like remove his tongue. So it's not particularly nice what they've done to him, but it's meant to be for crimes, horrendous crimes. And anyway, they decide to move him from his current prison to London, and I believe, and that is where he basically is meant to carry out kind of basically his imprisonment for the crimes he's committed. Unfortunately, for the people who locked him up, he manages to escape this. Now, the escape scene in this movie is one of the most spectacular parts of the movie. It's very, very dramatic, very cleverly done. I was watching all the bonus footage behind the scenes, and it's really, really interesting. So it's a horse and carriage thing. Grindelwald is supposed to be in the carriage, but he's actually changed his look with this guy who came to the prison. So he's actually swapped places. The guy who came to prison's actually, you know, who wasn't in prison, but he was kind of like visiting. I don't know all the backstories to these. I don't read the Harry Potter books. I've seen the Harry Potter movies, but I guess I'm not so well educated about the storyline, so I'm not going to go into the storyline, this, that, and the other. I'm just going to say a few basic things. Okay, so you probably know a lot more than me if you watch these type of movies and read the books as well, because that's all the backstory. I think they're very complex, so I try to like them more for the entertainment and the special effects. And so, yeah, this movie was really, really awesome special effects. Like when he escaped from the carriage, because basically he'd not gone in the carriage, he'd swapped places with this person who's visiting him. And it's good I don't know everything anyway, so I can't give all of it away to you, can I? And so basically he swaps spaces with him. So he's outside the carriage, and the guy that's inside the carriage eventually manages to escape as well and becomes like kind of like an apprentice person to Grindelwald. So anyway, it's really, really great. They've got these people flying on broomsticks, and when you show them behind the scenes, when they show you behind the scenes and they show the carriage escape, they've got these guys actually on broomsticks, and they've actually set it up in the studio so it's real broomsticks, and they've got like a stick, like a metal arm type thing, like that the broom's on, so the broom and this like arm moves, so they're actually on real broomsticks. So they are moving and their body's moving. And so when they were going behind the scenes, they were showing you how it's actually advanced since the Harry Potter days in terms of the special effects and the way they can do them, because they really are on a broom and they're really moving backwards and forwards. So that made it more impactful. And it's a really, really incredible scene. They did this underwater part in the carriage, and it was really well coordinated, really, really good. The special effects, I would say, one of the best things of the whole movie, other than Newt. Now, Newt is cute, isn't he? Anyway, Newt is a really down-to-earth guy. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and he doesn't lie. He's the most honest guy in the whole of the Fantastic Beasts storylines. And Newt basically has to try and find credence before someone who's been sent by the Ministry of Magic to kill Credence gets there first. And so there's a young Dumbledore in it, and the young Dumbledore actually smuggles him basically into I think it's Paris, to find Credence and to try and get to him before Grindelwald does and turns him. So, and gets, basically uses him for bad stuff. So, yeah, so Newt is really cute and sweet in this, as usual. Very down to earth. Wouldn't surprise me if he was actually asexual. He doesn't act sexual at all. He does like women, though. But, you know what I mean? I love this movie because it's a very asexual movie to watch, in the sense there is no sex in it at all. It's not even implied. I couldn't think of anywhere in the movie that sex is implied. There is, however, very revealing part of the storyline, especially when I look behind the scenes of the footage. So basically, the young Dumbledore, now, I don't know if you know, but Dumbledore's meant to be gay. So the young Dumbledore, actually, you find out, was in love with Grindelwald. And they had a love relationship, a romantic relationship. So that was the person that they were in love with when they were younger. And then something happened between them. And then they became like enemies. But not fully enemies, if you know what I mean. But they're basically on the other side of the teams, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, so you find out. So in the third that will be eventually made, I don't think it's been made yet. I don't think it has. In the third one that's going to be made, it's probably going to be more of the love story, I would have thought, between Grindelwald and Dumbledore, which will be very, very interesting, and, like they said, a more modern storyline for two guys to be gay and in love and romantic and having heartache and heartbreak, So I did think that was a very good thing about the movie. I think it's a shame that J.K. Rowling is known for being transphobic now, especially when she was being interviewed for this film behind the scenes, and she was saying that she purposely puts characters in there that are like outsiders, that are different, and she was saying about the gay storyline that she's created, and that it will be a modern, like 21st century thinking, and that she hates homophobia and stuff like that. So it's really sad when you hear her talking and saying, like that's why she puts different types of characters in her movie, and then you hear about her being transphobic. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just seems so contradictory, So I think it's a bit sad, really, especially when you hear her saying everything else that she actually supports, and doesn't agree with, and how that she puts characters that are outside of the norms, if you like, who are different in society, who are more like outcasts, marginalized, all this type of thing, specifically in the movies. So yeah, so I was taken aback by the fact that, you know, of her not being so good. Um, in this movie, like I said, Newt has to get credence before Grindelwald does. And so it's kind of like a race against time, and there's like various romantic storylines going on as well. So yeah, I mean, there's no sex in the movie. There is no nudity. There is, Newt has this person who looks after his animals. So in here, in the movie, it's really good because you see he's got this basement in his home. So it's like he's got like a regular home in London, and then his basement is full of these fantastic beasts, and it's got like an underground whole world under there. And I have kelp capsules, and he was riding a kelpie. So he's basically riding some seaweed, huge, like a seaweed that looks a bit like what's it called? It looks like a bit like a dragon underwater, basically. And he has this woman who's employed by him to look after the animals when he's not there. The beasts, basically, the creatures, interesting creatures. And she's in love with him, and she does ask him, well, he can take his top off. So I guess there's reference to some like, show me your flesh, show me your body. So there is that reference in there. But he's like, oh no, I'll just go with my clothes on. That's why I think he's kind of probably more of a asexual character that does actually find women attractive aesthetically. He might turn out to be sexual though, you know. He might turn out to be sexual. He could very well turn out to be sexual. But in this particular movie, he's not, I wouldn't say he's exhibiting any sexual qualities, in terms of like, he's not going after women. He's not talking about women in a sexual way. He's more like talking about their mind and their aesthetic features, and and basically this woman he's in love with, which he basically likes two women in this, but he likes a woman who's going to marry his brother in this movie, who she and him got on really well when they were much younger together, classmate. And then he likes this other woman that was in the first movie, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So they brought some characters back from the first movie. Well, quite a lot of characters back from the first movie, which is amazing. And so Newt does like this other woman that was in the one that was in the first movie. And so yeah, there's a love story going on between them. And he said he likes her eyes because they remind him of a salamander, and that's obviously, he's like Newt Salamander. So yeah, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Maybe not, but you know what I mean. So anyway, yeah, it's very interesting. This woman here, and these are the characters that he's brought back. And Jude Law is playing Dumbledore. He does it very well, actually. He did a lot of research for the position, so it's very, very interesting. All the bonus features I found just as interesting as the movie, really. And there was hours of bonus features. So yeah, I do recommend this as a film to watch in and of its own right, as in the film is really, really, really good. Very good special effects, interesting storyline. I think Newt is a very, very nice person. He's more about, I think, the mind and personality of a woman rather than their looks, even though he appreciates a pretty woman, I think. So I really liked him. No sex, no nudity. Feelings of romance, but not so much that it caused an issue for the film if you don't like romance. And yeah, in terms of the film on, of itself, then, I personally recommend seeing this film. Obviously, if, which I appreciate a lot of people are not happy with J.K. Rowling anymore. If that upsets you, then, please don't watch this movie. If it upsets you that she wrote the original storyline and the is a producer on this as well, so she's quite heavily involved in the movie, and I do understand that. So if you feel upset, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. I was just doing a film review of this because it's something I had a while ago, 2018 I think this came out. So anyway, yeah, I do like the movie. I think it's really good special effects, and I do like the storyline. So yeah, anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, take care. I'll see you on the next video live stream. Embrace your quirky and each other's, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye. Lots of love. Bye.